fast.
Then he's going to look great quickly.
And let me say this. If this offense is going under Kevin Stefanski, at least rumors to what it was a couple years ago, he's perfect for it. Because he's perfect for the under center, play action, control the line of scrimmage, see the defense, get from 1 to 2 to 3 quickly.
Situations, and they all really answered the bell, including Sanders, who showed the ability to put the ball in some tight windows. He threw with aggressiveness, took some chances, so they like where he sits. Now Stefanski has to formulate a plan in training camp that's probably a little more crystallized, maybe has a little bit of a depth chart to it.
He's incredibly accurate.
Yes, he is.
He really understands not only offensive football, but he understands what you're doing as a defense, so he'll pick you apart that way. He processes quickly. Like, all those things to me are big-time attributes.
First and foremost, he's been the best quarterback he can. Now look, Joe Flacco ain't had many opportunities. There was a whole day I saw he didn't throw the ball at all. Here's my theory on the situation. They already know who's starting in the number 2 is. They already know. Joe Flacco and Shedeur Sanders is already locked up.
Breaking news out of Cleveland. Shedeur Sanders is not being pushed aside. According to a new report from ESPN insiders, Sanders is very much in the mix and being evaluated right alongside veterans Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett. Despite the noise surrounding his lack of first-team reps, sources say the final decision hasn't been made yet, and those counting him out might want to take a second look. In fact, Shedeur was reportedly the best player in the Browns' most recent minicamp, turning heads and proving that he belongs in the conversation with the big names. Reports are now pouring in that Shedeur Sanders is no longer seen as just a backup. His impressive showing during minicamp has made a serious impact on the Browns' coaching staff. Some analysts are even suggesting that Sanders could start ahead of veterans Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett, both of whom have yet to leave a strong mark this offseason. What's catching everyone's attention is Shedeur's veteran-like poise, precision passing, and elite athleticism. His ability to read the field, stay calm under pressure, and maneuver through the pocket has drawn comparisons to seasoned pros. He may be a rookie on paper, but on the field, Shedeur Sanders is already playing with the confidence and command of a veteran.
The audio delays, we're all working the kinks out here at OTAs and minicamp. Shedeur Sanders has a real chance to be the starter. And the reason being, there isn't anything going on with the Browns offseason as it pertains to quarterbacks that is super sexy. You know what you get in Joe Flacco. You hope that Kenny Pickett grabs the reins. I don't think Kenny Pickett has done that thus far. So it comes down to Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur's not going to wow you when you see him throw it or his athletic ability. When the pads get on and you watch him go through his process, he looks like a vet.
Dan Orlovsky recently weighed in on the Shedeur Sanders conversation, adding even more fuel to the growing buzz. Speaking on ESPN, Orlovsky argued that Shedeur has been performing exceptionally well during OTAs and minicamps, showing all the traits you want in a starting quarterback. He posed a powerful question. If Sanders continues this level of play into the preseason, why wouldn't the Browns front office sit down and seriously consider giving him the starting job? According to Orlovsky, it makes perfect sense. Let the rookie take the shot now. And if, for any reason, he doesn't rise to the occasion, the team still holds valuable draft capital to go after a top quarterback prospect in the 2026 draft. As he put it, you weaponize that first or second round pick if needed.
This OTA are really good at that OTA, or he's commanding the offense. And now you're going into minicamp. Can Shedeur continue that positive chatter if it's real and get that organization to sit back and say, you know what? Why not start him? Why not see what he has this year? Because either you figure out who your starter is moving forward, or you weaponize those 2 first-round picks in Cleveland for the 26th draft.
Peter Schrager also joined the conversation, shedding more light on the growing possibility of Shedeur Sanders becoming part of the Browns' first-team offense. Speaking on NFL Network, Schrager revealed that, heading into minicamp, there was already a noticeable buzz surrounding Shedeur. Whispers that he's that good and that everything is aligning perfectly for him. He emphasized that the quarterback job in Cleveland is wide open. There is no clear, absolute starter locked in, and that gives Sanders a legitimate shot to rise to the top. According to Schrager, Shedeur might actually be the best positioned quarterback on the roster right now. But he also made it clear, this won't be a decision rushed by the coaching staff. This isn't something that gets figured out in June or even in July, Schrager noted. It's going to stretch into August. That timeline gives Shedeur plenty of opportunity to continue proving himself. And if he keeps building on this momentum, don't be surprised if he's leading the charge come week 1. Damien Woody, on the other hand, took a slightly different but equally compelling angle on Shedeur Sanders' rise. Speaking on the mental aspect of the game, Woody emphasized that what truly sets Shedeur apart isn't just his physical talent, it's his mental toughness. He went as far as calling Shedeur's mental strength a superpower, something rare even among veteran quarterbacks. According to Woody, this unique edge is what could fast-track Shedeur onto the field faster than anyone expects. In the NFL, talent gets you in the door, Woody said, but it's mental resilience that keeps you there and gets you ahead.
No, that's the thing. That's the thing for me. The stuff you talk, we've been talking about all the draft and pre-draft, but the superpowers that he has from the neck up, to me, that will help him get on the field faster than anything else will.
He has to force that organization to play him because he's so impressive. And
Dan Orlovsky also took time to break down the technical side of the game, focusing specifically on how Shedeur Sanders fits into Kevin Stefanski's offensive system. He explained that Stefanski's scheme relies heavily on precision, timing, and the ability to operate efficiently under center, and that's exactly where Shedeur shines. Orlovsky pointed out that Shedeur's footwork, quick decision-making, and comfort in play-action situations make him an ideal quarterback for this system. From a technical standpoint, Orlovsky said, he's already ahead of where most rookies are, especially when you're asking them to run a Stefanski-style offense. He argued that Shedeur's natural skill set aligns perfectly with what the Browns want to execute offensively, and all signs point toward Shedeur Sanders. When you break down the reps, the execution, and the overall impact during minicamp, Shedeur consistently stood out as the best player on the field. While the team continues to publicly frame it as an open competition, insiders believe it's becoming increasingly clear that Flacco and Sanders are leading the pack.
First and foremost, he's been the best quarterback he can. Now look, Joe Flacco ain't had many opportunities. There was a whole day I saw he didn't throw the ball at all. Here's my theory on the situation. They already know who's starting in the number 2 is. They already know. Joe Flacco and Shedeur Sanders is already locked up.
As the dust begins to settle around Cleveland's quarterback battle, the momentum behind Shedeur Sanders is undeniable. From standout performances in OTAs and minicamp to glowing reviews from insiders like Dan Orlovsky, Peter Schrager, and Damien Woody, the rookie quarterback has quickly shifted the narrative. What was once seen as a developmental year now feels more like the beginning of a serious campaign for the starting job. His poise, precision, and understanding of the game, both mentally and technically, have placed him shoulder to shoulder with veterans like Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett. But more importantly, Shedeur's skill set seems tailor-made for Kevin Stefanski's offense, which leans heavily on execution under center and quick reads. Analysts have even begun to speculate that this open competition may be more about optics than reality, a way to keep the locker room stable while allowing Sanders to quietly take control. The reps, the performances, and the way coaches are speaking about him all suggest that Shedeur isn't just in the mix. He might already be leading it. If he carries this momentum into preseason and continues to demonstrate that rare blend of talent and mental toughness, it won't be long before the Browns officially hand him the keys to the offense. The excitement surrounding Sanders isn't just hype. It's rooted in results, readiness, and the realization that Cleveland may have found its quarterback of the future sooner than anyone expected. What do you think about Shedeur Sanders and his rapid rise in Cleveland? Do you believe he's truly ready to take on the starting quarterback role as a rookie, or should the Browns stick with a veteran like Flacco or Pickett to start the season? Is this open competition just for show, or do you think the coaches are genuinely undecided? And how do you feel about analysts saying Shedeur is the perfect fit for Stefanski's offense? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you see Sanders leading the Browns this year? Or is it too soon to make that call?